Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh, this is bad. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, oh man, today I'm going to be filming a video using products that you guys hate. Your makeup fails, okay? So a lot of you may know, maybe if you don't, I'm just gonna tell you anyway, but I like to do videos where I ask you for your recommendations. So I've done like trying out your Holy Grail products or your most repurchased drugstore products. I have a lot of those videos. I'll have some link down below if you wanna see some of those other videos. And there was a comment, and it got a lot of likes, from one of you guys saying that you wanted to see me do a full face of products that just did not work for you. So I asked you guys on Instagram what products you do not like, and I got a ton of responses. And how I like to do this is I will go through every single response and I'll actually tally next to products that have multiple suggestions, or in this case, multiple people did not like them. And I'm so excited in a weird way. I mean, I'm nervous to see how this all works out in the end, but it was really eye-opening for me because there's some products in there that are very, very popular that so many people ended up not liking at all. So I'm super excited to share some of those with you. I'm not as excited to put some of these products on my face. Some of them I actually own, some of them I had to go pick up. Let's just get right into it. I don't want to keep talking too much. So we're gonna start off with the face. 7 people said that the product they don't like as far as primer goes is this right here. This is Benefit the Professional Pro Balm to minimize the appearance of pores. Okay, I'm a little bit shocked about this one because so many people loved this one. I don't hear as many people talking about it nowadays, but when I first discovered beauty tutorials on YouTube, I feel like this was all the rage. This is the primer that most people did not enjoy. So I'm just taking a little bit of that on my hand and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the T-zone. I've got my fingers crossed here because next week I'm filming my skincare routine, my morning and evening skincare routine, and then I'm also posting a video kind of about how I cleared my skin because it's so much more than products. So skincare week is next week. I'm really excited about it. And this video is kind of making me nervous because I'm like, what if, I break out like crazy right before skincare week and then nobody believes me? But, hopefully things will be okay. To be honest, it's been forever since I've used this primer. The smell of it brings back so many memories. I tried this out in a tiny little kit. I remember I bought a little foundation kit from Sephora when I was in college. That was years ago, and this is one of the first products, high-end products I ever tried, so the smell is bringing back a lot of memories. But I personally feel like it smoothed out my skin pretty well. Again, I do not remember how this wears on the skin, so I'm just kind of talking about it, as I'm going. Okay, this foundation, you guys, I'm shocked by this, and this is another thing that I already owned. And if I remember right, I really enjoyed it in the past, but 30 people said that this is something that did not work for them. So many people said that it separated on them. Some people said that it just emphasized their pores, didn't wear well on them. And I think it's really fascinating because this is one of those products that has been raved about by so many people. Okay, I'll tell you what it is and then I have more to say. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. How crazy is that? Because I have heard so many people that have enjoyed this, and I remember enjoying this, but again, it's been quite a while since I've used this, but I feel like my eyes have been opened a little bit more to just the fact that so many people might like a product, but that does not mean that everybody will. Everyone is going to be so different. And I noticed as well, I don't like the applicator on here. I think it's just the weirdest, the paddle situation. Anyway, I'm just gonna put this all over my face, and then I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics brush to blend this out. But so many people with some of these products, and I'll mention a couple more as we go along, so many people were like, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but this product doesn't work for me. And I feel like so many people behind the scenes might feel like this product that is raved about is good for everybody but them, but I kind of realized that it might not work for a lot more people than you might think. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm going to take my beauty blender, I'm going to put a little bit of the foundation on there, and I'm going to press this in with my sponge. I'm really paying attention to this foundation. It makes me want to go back and watch the videos where I used this to see what my thoughts were. It's honestly been so long since I've used it. It's not looking awful, but it's not looking amazing either. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but it is really emphasizing any dryness that I have on my chin and around my nose. And also that could be layering it on top of that professional primer. Okay, yeah, I feel like far away and looking in the monitor, it doesn't look awful, like it's not amazing, but as I look up close and as I'm having like those comments in mind, I am noticing a little bit of clinginess on the cheek area, a little bit of settling in my pores, which is something that I honestly don't remember about this foundation. I honestly remember liking it, but I can see what people are talking about. Here's a close-up. I'm not sure if you can really see what I mean here. My skin doesn't look like the worst, but it's definitely not the best. All right, the concealer is insane to me because this is so many people's holy grail concealer, but again, it just shows you that everybody is different and everyone's skin type and preferences are different when it comes to makeup. And I feel like it's a really good reminder for myself just to like understand that just because a product works for a lot of people does not mean that it's going to be everybody's favorite. And this is a prime example of that. It's the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, my friends. I know, I'm shocked as well, but I kind of can relate to both sides because I also do feel like this can be drying underneath my eyes and it can get a little bit heavy on me. So I don't tend to use it underneath my eyes. Where I love to use this concealer is over blemishes because I feel like it just covers when I need something to really cover. But as far as an under eye concealer, it's not my favorite out there, but I know so many people love this concealer. So it's kind of crazy. And actually 29 people said that this is the thing that they do not like. Isn't that crazy? Like 29 people out of all the entries that were submitted said that they did not like the same concealer and it's Shape Tape. How crazy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of pop that in the center of the face. Also, I should make a disclaimer. If one of these products is one of your favorites, do not worry. I seriously, again, have learned that everyone is so different. So if you love anything that somebody else does not love, don't worry about it. Keep using it, you know? If it's something that works well for you, keep using it. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out with my Beauty Blender. All right, so there's the complexion so far. The powder is another one of those things that I personally was shocked about because a couple years ago, I made an entire video on this powder and I remember liking it. I remember it being like a very different kind of powder, but I was very shocked that so many people really did not like this. So 11 of you guys said that the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder was a no-go for you. So this is what I'm gonna use to set the entire face. I don't even know if this is like cold anymore because normally it would have this like wet cooling feeling, which is kind of weird for a powder. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this. Nope, it does not have that anymore. Dang it, I should have bought a new one. I'm just gonna use this to set the under eyes, and then I'm gonna take a large powder brush, and I'm gonna use that to set the entire face. Well, this powder definitely feels different now that it's been a few months since I've used it. It does not have that cooling effect anymore. So I don't really know what to think of it. Looking up close at my skin, it definitely has more of a powdery finish after adding that, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. I don't know. Maybe you guys were just like nice to me. Yeah, I am looking a little bit powdery. I'm coming closer to the camera so you can hopefully see that. But at the same time, there is like a smoothing effect that it gives, which I'm kind of into. I don't know if that was supposed to be part of the video today and I was not expecting to like enjoy any of this, but I don't know. We'll see how it all looks in the end. Let's go ahead and put on the brows. So one of you guys said that the Essence Super Last Eyebrow Pomade Pencil was a no for you. So this is what I'm gonna use. Oh no, I just totally scraped off the center. Darn it. I'm confused as to what this is. Okay, it has like a pomade looking pencil, but then the other side is this strange looking brush. I don't really know how this is gonna work, and this shade looks interesting to me. So let's give it a go. I'm gonna take another pencil and just kind of brush up the brows just to kind of get them in a general spot that I want. And let's go ahead and try out this Essence brow pencil. Oh, whoa, it's very waxy. Oh no. Okay, I'm flipping it over and I'm using this comb thing. Oh no. Oh, this is really strange. By the way, you guys, I'm not trying to botch my makeup today. Like, I'm really wanting to give all of these products a fair shot. Yeah, I don't know about this. I'm trying to create like little hair-like strokes in the front of the brow and then comb it with this really weird applicator. Okay, this is really, really interesting. I don't understand the comb thing on the back. And it's like extremely waxy and sticky. It's a very interesting formula. Definitely not one that I reach for when it comes to a brow pencil. Okay, I did my very best. I feel like this brow actually doesn't look too bad. This brow, on the other hand, could use a little more help. but I really did try my very, very best with that. Definitely not a formula based off my first impressions that I would continue to reach for all the time. It's not very user-friendly, especially if you want the more natural-looking brows. It's going to be very easy to make like block brows with these, but I'm not mad at this brow. This one's not the best. I don't know. Kind of strange. Okay, let's go ahead and do a bronzer. And now this one, I've never tried before, but I've actually heard really good things about it. And somebody submitted this and then they put a bunch of peaches on it. So I'm assuming that that might mean that it's orange. We will see. It's this right here. It's the Too Faced Sun Bunny Radiant Duotone Bronzer. This was like the last one on the shelves at Ulta, which makes me think that some people might like this, but again, makeup is so personal. So here it is right here. We'll go ahead and give it a shot. I do have very fair skin and bronzers can tend to look orange on me. So hopefully this goes over well. I'm just gonna take a brush, kind of swirl it into the bronzer. I'm a little nervous, okay. Okay. I'm like going really slow because I'm so nervous about this, but I'm just kind of taking that and I'm lightly building it up. Okay. I could see how it could definitely go a little bit warm. There is a pretty obvious terracotta undertone with this. So if you have more fair skin like me, it would be very easy to go overboard. I almost feel like it'd be really pretty as a blush. Because look at, like, when I'm applying it more around the cheek area as more of a blush, it kind of adds that pinky tone, which looks nice on the cheeks. But maybe it is a little bit too much on the forehead area. What do you guys think? I'm like kind of confused because I like something about this, but I don't know if it's like my favorite. I don't know. Like why does my makeup look pretty decent? I mean, like the foundation is kind of clinging in some areas, but I feel like I kind of like it. Not the foundation clinging, but I just kind of like how my makeup was looking. Is that so strange? I don't know. Like, I feel like that looks fresh. I don't know. I'm kind of into this. And I guess that's kind of like the whole vibe of this video is like some things do not work for people and some things do. And it honestly just depends on your personal preference. Like some people might not want this color on their face at all as a bronzer. And I could see that because it does have a bit more of like a pink undertone, which could make you look a little bit like orange or sunburnt. But in my eyes, like I feel like it actually made my skin look kind of like fresh and healthy. I don't know. All right, we're shifting gears here. I remembered that somebody said that they did not like the Milani Luminoso blush, which is another one of those products that so many people rave about. But like at the same time, it could be something that so many people try and maybe behind the scenes they don't really enjoy. I personally really do like it. It's not something that I wear on its own too often because it can get really shimmery. It's just a very glowy blush. So we're just gonna kind of improvise here and I'm gonna pop this on the cheeks. But if you're someone who does not like too much of like a glimmer on the cheeks, you probably would not like this blush. Or if you're someone who has texture on the cheeks, this might emphasize it. So in that case, I would recommend going for more of a mattifying blush. But for me, I don't mind it. I definitely am gonna take my powder brush and kind of blend everything out. Let's go ahead and apply highlighter. I'm terrified to apply this highlighter, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I kind of was convinced by whoever submitted this. She said, OMG, the worst highlighter ever is the Tarte Sugar Rush Whipped Gleam Highlighter. Fail! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And so I was in Ulta and I was so curious because she was very, very like adamant about how much of a fail this was. And I picked it up. Okay, here it is. Okay, first of all, this is something that kind of throws me off personally. The highlighter that is advertised on here, in my opinion, is not the kind of look that I want when it comes to a highlighter. So I'm already a little bit skeptical about it. I'm so scared. This is definitely gonna ruin things. I feel like my face doesn't look too bad. This is probably gonna be the death of me here. Okay, so here's the packaging. Again, this is just like supposed to be a whipped highlighter and it looks really pretty in the pan. It's just got like a little bit of a gold kind of hue to it. I don't even know how I should go about trying to put this on. Okay, so I'm gonna swatch it really quick. It's definitely very bright, but it's straight up glitter. I don't know how to apply this. I'm just gonna maybe start with my fingers. Maybe I need to use a sponge. Yeah, maybe I'll use the bottom of my sponge and I'll kind of dip into whatever's in the cap. And then I'm going to just press this on the cheeks. Oh my word. This is straight up glitter, you guys, which you know is an effect if you want it. Like, it's funny because I actually do really enjoy like the Fenty Beauty highlighter, which is straight up glitter, and I never thought I would enjoy that, but I do for certain occasions. This is kind of a similar vibe. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm seriously trying my best though. Like, I'm not trying to botch these products on purpose. I'm giving them a fair shot before I give my opinion on them. Okay, I'm just dabbing that on the high points of the face. Yeah, so it's definitely not a natural everyday highlighter. It has huge chunks of glitter in it, but from far away, it doesn't look awful. But yeah, definitely not my cup of tea when it comes to a highlighter. Can you guys see that? It's quite chunky. Maybe it's easier to see on my hand right there. Here's what it looks like blended out. Again, if that's a vibe you're going for, you might like this product. Or if you have like a Halloween costume or something, I might use it for that, but definitely not for every day. It actually seemed to apply pretty easily with a sponge, so I was pretty impressed by that. I thought it would definitely streak all over. I wouldn't even dare to try using like a brush or anything. That would just be bad news, but there you have it. That's the Whipped Gleam highlighter. More like whipped disco ball. Okay, let's move on to eyeshadow. I'm shocked at how many people said this was the worst separately. So 11 people said that the Maybelline eyeshadows were not their favorite, but about 7 of those 11 said the blush nudes specifically was a no-go for them. So I had thought that I had tried this. Turns out I think I had only tried the nudes palette, which was also the other one that was mentioned that people didn't really like, but I had to buy this. Okay, I'm immediately drawn to this shade right here, mauvey tone. So I'm just going to take that on a fluffy brush and I'm going to blend and buff that out. I feel like Maybelline eyeshadows can be difficult to work with. What did I use recently? I think it was like a City Mini palette that just was not pigmented. But then there's some other palettes that I've used from them that worked for me and I was able to create a good look with it. So it kind of just depends with Maybelline. I'm just buffing and blending this out up toward the brow. And then while we're at it, I'm going to take a little bit of that same shade and I'm going to run that underneath the lower lash line as well. So I'm really not hating this shade. It's definitely taking a little bit more like time to build it up, but I feel like this shade isn't too bad. It's definitely not like super pigmented, you know, if you compare it to other palettes out there. And that's the thing with makeup these days is there's just so much and there's so much at the drugstore that like you really don't have to settle for anything less than amazing. And there are incredible things at every price point. So, you know, if this eyeshadow palette just doesn't work for you, first of all, that's totally okay. Second of all, there's way better things. And I feel like we should expect more and we can expect more because there are so many good things at the drugstore. So you really don't ever have to settle for anything you don't love. I'm going to take a little bit of this and I'm going to apply that on the outer portion. And then I'm going to pinch the brush and run that along the outer third of the lower lash line. Okay, so far I feel like I'm making this palette work, but it's definitely not the best eyeshadow palette out there. Definitely not. Like, I think at Ulta, this was like $11 or $12. Like, you can get ColourPop palettes, which are killer, for like $16, which I know is a few dollars more than that, but like for super high quality stuff, you know? There's just so many options out there now. Okay, I'm wanting to try out this right here. This is one of the shimmer shades, and I'm gonna take my finger and I'm going to apply this all over my lid. Okay, I'm definitely having to like really build that up to get it to the intensity that I want. But that one's actually pretty nice. I mean, based off of this palette, it's not the most incredible shimmer shade I've ever used, but I feel like it's workable. You just do have to spend a little bit more time building it up to make it look super metallic. Let's try that shade on a brush. I'm gonna take that again, and I'm wanting to apply this along the lower lash line on both eyes. Okay, I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to dip into that dark matte shade. And I'm going to add a little bit of this right here on the outer edge of the lower lash line, just to kind of deepen that up. And then I'm going to take that on a fluffier brush, and I'm going to kind of deepen that up even more on the outer edge on the top lid as well. I'm going to go back in with the brush that we used with that mauve shade in the beginning. I'm just going to lightly dust over everything on the edges just to make sure it looks as good as I can possibly make it. Okay, not my best work, but not my worst. But I can definitely see how people would not enjoy this. It's just, the quality just isn't there compared to what is out there now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I felt like I could make it work and it looks fine, but it's not my favorite eye look and you can definitely find much better for less. Dang it, I had an eyeliner that I really wanted to try because apparently there was zero pigment. I'm gonna have to try that another time. I'm so mad I didn't pick that up. Okay, I have a glitter eyeshadow though that 3 people said was not good. It's this right here from Wet n Wild. It's the Color Icon Glitter Single Shadow. And someone specifically said that they had tried the pink one, so that's the one I picked up. This could be interesting with my eyeshadow color. Now, I don't really know if you're supposed to use a glitter glue underneath or what. I normally don't when it comes to a pressed glitter, so I think I'm just gonna try it as is. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dip my finger into this. Ooh, it's very, very sticky. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and press this onto the eyelid. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. Guys, I'm really trying my best here, but what's happening is that it's such an oily base that when I'm tapping my finger, it just keeps moving everything around and it looks extremely patchy. And I also got some like in this inner corner here. Oh no. Yeah, this is not my favorite. It's like so sticky, listen. Do you hear that? A little ASMR for you. Okay, I'm gonna try to just kind of lightly tap the eye with this. No, you have to like swipe in order to get the glitter to lay down, but then when you swipe, it moves everything underneath. This was bad. Yeah, this is definitely not good at all. Oh, I don't like this at all. I feel like everything else up until this point has been like fine. This is a no-go. Oh, and look how it complements the glitter on my cheeks. Love that. Okay, yeah, I don't like that at all. I can definitely tell you right now, don't buy that. That's not worth it. Oh, my eyelids feel so sticky and gloopy. Okay, I tried to wipe off the glitter that got into my tear duct here and it just made things worse. Whatever, what can you do? All right, let's move on to mascara. The mascara that 8 people do not like because it does nothing for their lashes, which made me laugh because it's so true, but also, I don't think there's one person who's never tried this mascara. It's the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. This is definitely my go-to from high school, I'm not gonna lie, but my mascara taste has changed tremendously since this. I still feel like this is a great mascara for someone who really is not comfortable wearing makeup or you purposefully want your lashes to look like they're very natural. This is not one for volume. It basically just kind of gives you a thin coat on the lashes. So we're gonna go ahead and apply this. Now, my lashes are very naturally long and the tips of them are blonde, so you can kind of see my lashes still when I put this on. But I could definitely see how a lot of people might not love this if you're someone who looks for more volume in your lashes. I feel like mascara is one of those things that is so personal. I mean, all makeup products are, depending on what your preferences are and your skin type and what meshes well with just your skin or your eyes or whatever it is. But mascara, I could rave about a mascara because it works so well for me and for what I look for, but then somebody else with a different eye shape or a different length of lashes or a different preference might hate the one that I love, so it's seriously such a personal thing. I actually kind of like it on the lower lashes, but I do miss the volume that I can normally get with other mascaras on the top. Yeah, love that. Okay, let's see. Oh, I forgot. I need to do an inner corner highlight, of course, because we're looking so pretty. Oh man. I'm supposed to go to the movies with our friends after this. I might just wash my face and go without makeup. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade on a small brush, and I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner. Should we try to do a scoopity boopity with this? Oh, that's a sad scoopity boopity. It's just not very highlighty, you know? I am gonna pop a little bit of that underneath the brows. Piece of glitter in my brow, there we go. Okay. The lipstick that so many people did not like, and it's funny because I've always wanted to try these, but I never have. It's the NYX Lingerie liquid lipsticks, and I picked up mine in the shade 16. I don't know. I thought it was a good color in the store, but it might be way too light for me. I don't know what I was thinking, dang it. Okay, we're just gonna... What was I thinking? I should have picked out a more brown color. This is terrible. Oh, this is just an awful color in general. Oh, and look, when I rub my lips together, oh no, it makes me look like I ate like a pink powdered donut. Oh, I hate this. Oh my gosh, no. No. Ooh, this formula too. I mean, I know the color's just terrible. Oh, this is where things all really went south. You know what I mean? Like, how do you give your approval on something like this? Like, if I was someone who created makeup, and if I got this back from the lab, I would say no to that. I would say absolutely not to that. That's the worst color I've ever put on my lips. Oh my gosh. Okay, things were going pretty okay until that moment. And I picked out the color. There were tons of colors to choose from. I botched it for myself. All right, we're gonna go into setting spray. I was looking for the Cover FX illuminating setting spray. There was a few people that said that that was just awful because apparently there was actual glitter that came out, but they didn't have it anymore at my Ulta. So instead I went with the Wet n Wild finish spray. One person specifically said the natural one, but there were 2 other people that had mentioned this, saying that the sprayer on this is not good. And I feel like I've tried this before. Anyway, let's go ahead and set the face since we really want this on all day, you know? Kidding. Oh, whoa. Oh, yeah, that definitely spat at me. Oh, that's the worst. But good thing I'm just washing this all off. I'm just gonna give it a fair shot still. Just gonna use my fan. I'm gonna use my sponge to pat everything down. Oh, and my lips feel like they're burning. The further I got into this tutorial, the more I really liked the things we started out with. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and set the brows with the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. This is actually something that I had owned before, and I don't remember how I feel about it. I don't remember trying it, actually. So we're gonna go ahead and set the brows. Maybe I spoke too soon. Shoot. Oh, I'm pretty sure the person who talked about this said that there's just way too much product that comes out on the brush. I would have to agree. This took a very, very sour turn very quickly. You're joking, like it looks like a 3-year-old did my makeup and I tried. Oh, that's terrible. Why do I even have this? Like, why do I have this? I do not like that at all. Like, the last thing we need at the end of our makeup routine is a brow gel that's gonna botch our brows like that. No, ma'am. Okay, well, that completes the look. Oh gosh, yeah, this was a no-go. I'm gonna text my husband and tell him to come in here because he's gonna love it. He's gonna love how I look. Like, I tried very hard.
Let me see. Wait, the lip is bad.
Isn't that the worst lipstick you've ever seen? I chose the color though. Like, I ruined it for myself. I thought, oh, that's gonna be that's NYX.
The lip lines. Oh, the eyeshadow is patchy.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Ready? This is the glitter.
Yeah. Ew.
Like, it's gloop. It's gloopy glitter.
It looks like glue.
Things were going.
Hi, everybody.
Things were going good. Things were going. Like, I was like, oh no, like, am I gonna love these things as far as complexion goes? It wasn't too bad. It wasn't my favorite ever. And then we started off with the highlighter, and I was like, all right, you know, it's a little glittery, but not the worst. And then I started with the transition shade on here, and I was like, I could make it work. And then the glitter kicked in, and the lipstick, and it just, now I look like this.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to the movies and we have to leave right now, so you'll have to go like that.
I'm not going like this.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
It'll be fun. You're my special little date.
You want me to go like this?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be embarrassed?
No.
Alright, you guys, so that completes this video using products that you don't like or your makeup fails. I don't like how things look right now. I will say, I actually kind of... Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, that's what happens when you try to... I've got to change my setup. Oh, the camera's so far and I have to reach to record. Anyway, I must say that I think I actually like this Too Faced bronzer. It's definitely not something that is going well with the vibe we have right now, but I feel like it might be a really beautiful thing to kind of add as a topper on top of bronzer if you just want that effect of like a more rosy sun-kissed glow. It definitely is not something that I would reach for if I'm not looking for that, and if you're somebody who wants more of a matte bronzer kind of a situation, you probably wouldn't like this, but I'm actually pleasantly surprised about this. The Becca powder wasn't as terrible as I thought it was going to be, but again, it did not have that cooling sensation anymore, so I don't know, it's kind of strange. The Professional primer, it was nostalgic, and I feel like it was alright, but I'm not really one to use pore-filling primers anyway. You guys, honestly, I feel like my complexion looks the best besides the glittery highlight, and that's something that I just, I wouldn't really wear. The thing is, I do love like the Fenty glitter highlight, so it just depends. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I didn't really like it. The glitter was not very good. You could definitely find better eyeshadow palettes out there. The setting spray definitely spat at me. Again, I feel like there's better out there, especially after trying this ColourPop Pretty Fresh one. Look how much I've used, and this is pretty new. But like, compare that to this. I mean, you know, you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get amazing, high-quality products. The mascara, I probably definitely will never use again. And the lipstick, oh man, that's the thing that really threw me off today. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know in the comments below if there's something that has failed for you. And also, I would be really curious to know if you have another unpopular opinion about a certain product that doesn't work for you, because I really think it is good to have the conversation about some of these super overhyped products that maybe don't work for everybody. And I feel like it's okay if it doesn't work for you. If you don't like something and everybody else does, don't worry about it. Like, stay true to you. That's the most important thing when it comes to beauty. Even if I'm over here like telling you guys that a product is incredible because it works super well for me, if it doesn't work for you, that's totally okay. And I think it's actually the fun part about makeup, is discovering what you do like and how you like to do your makeup and the aesthetic that you're going for and all of that. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. I have got to wipe this off. The lipstick is just terrible. All right, you guys, I love you all so much. By the way, don't buy this. This was fine, but definitely there's better things at the drugstore. I realized I forgot to mention the brows, and I was looking at this situation and it's a no-go for me. So I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.